literally jumped up to hit him if he was coming to you. I jumped up to jump. And we had a farmer behind us going all day, and he stopped by. Now the work begins. Let's go. We're gonna have a good boar earlier today, but she was waiting.
This one was bigger.
This one's.
Hey, way to go, dude. Way to go, Zach. Good job.
Hey there. Ready to jump into an exciting adventure deep in Florida's wilderness? Gunshots ring out through thick forests as hunters track an invasive species creeping into suburban neighborhoods. How did these creatures cross urban lines? Can the hunters protect their homes while keeping the ecosystem balanced? Watch the video and drop comment number 1 to uncover the surprising twist behind this invasive species in Florida. Can you believe a bear could climb through a second-story window to break into a house? In Florida, home to black bears, their bold appearances are shaking up lives. With expert climbing skills, black bears broke into over 150 homes in 2024, causing hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage. Grocery stores in suburban Orlando are beefing up security, and residents in several cities are on edge. The shocking twist: this bear boom isn't caused by deforestation but by human actions. Illegal wildlife trade and the release of bears from other areas have caused a surge in black bear numbers across Florida. If you encounter a dangerous situation, contact the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission right away to stay safe. Tackling this problem begins with understanding bear behavior, a crucial step toward managing these powerful but challenging animals. In 2015, Florida introduced a tightly regulated bear hunt to manage the black bear population. With a strict quota of 320 bears out of an estimated $4,000, the FWC made sure the hunt wouldn't threaten the species. Nearly 4,000 hunting permits were issued, showing hunters strong interest in supporting management efforts. From just 500 bears in the 1970s, the population grew to over 4,100 by 2023, an impressive but concerning increase. The rapid reproduction rate of black bears is the main reason for their spread. Female bears have 1 to 3 cubs every 2 years, driving population growth, especially in northern and central Florida. These bears travel through forest corridors and wetlands looking for food, often moving deep into suburbs like Tallahassee. This poses a direct threat to residents and complicates efforts to coexist with wildlife. Tracking black bears in Florida is a thrilling battle of wits requiring sharp insight and deep knowledge of the species. Experienced hunters with at least 5 years in the field have learned to read subtle signs from bear scat rich and greasy in spring as they graze to cleanse themselves after hibernation to fresh paw prints with sharp claws that reveal size and direction. These clues lead them to dense trails or resting spots where bears move through forest corridors and waterways to hunt or find shelter. Hunting regulations in Florida are strict limited to permitted areas like Blackwater National Forest and Everglades National Park, requiring hunters to stay within tight boundaries. Scratched trees, overturned logs, and distinctive scat help hunters locate dens, showing how bears mark their territory. Looking back, Florida hunters now stress the importance of firearm training and keeping a safe distance of 50 to 100 yards during encounters. What do you think about hunting bears with firearms? If you support it, leave comment number 2. If you oppose it, choose number 5. Keeping this distance not only helps hunters stay in control, but also lowers the risk of provoking the bear, preventing dangerous encounters. In the past, some hunters' lack of preparation led to heart-stopping moments, but thankfully no injuries occurred. When suddenly facing a charging bear, the FWC advises staying calm, standing your ground, avoiding direct eye contact, and making yourself look bigger by speaking firmly. Don't run bears can reach speeds up to 30 miles per hour, turning you into prey in an instant. To manage the black bear population, Florida has used baiting tactics since 2015, increasing hunting success rates to 65%. In North Florida, where bears cause significant economic damage, incidents have dropped significantly thanks to this method. Baits like molasses, sweet corn, and fish are hung high in trees, releasing enticing scents that lure bears into traps. This strategy is not only effective, but also shows human ingenuity in adapting to the growing presence of bears in urban areas. The baiting tactic not only keeps bears in view, but also gives hunters the advantage to line up a perfect shot. The scent spreads, causing some bears to leave, but drawing others back and creating an effective hunting cycle. Only hunters aged 16 and older are allowed to participate, and thanks to this strategy, over 200 nuisance bears were removed in the first 3 years, easing pressure on residential neighborhoods.
What just happened? What?
He's beautiful.
He's big.
Deep in Blackwater National Forest, where bear hunting became legal in 2015, the dense woods hum with hidden movements. A black bear weighing between 200 and 350 pounds moves with raw power. From a tree stand, the hunter draws the bowstring eyes fixed on the massive figure slipping through the brush. With its sturdy build and broad shoulders, the bear is both majestic and cautious, a true symbol of wild strength. As the distance closes, the hunter's heart races months of preparation leading to one decisive moment, one arrow.
You got him there.
Why is bait so important when hunting bears with a bow? It turns a fixed spot into a magnet, drawing bears back and saving hunters hours of tracking. The scent triggers the bear's foraging instincts, but hunters must stay alert. Bears can climb trees to feed or escape. That's why tree stands need to be at least 100 yards from the bait to avoid being detected by the bear's sharp sense of smell. But why do hunters sometimes mistake a bear's color? Florida black bears aren't always jet black. They can be light brown or even honey blonde, making identification a tricky challenge.
There we go. You ready?
Switching from the finesse of bow hunting to the raw power of firearms, bear hunting in North Florida moves at a faster, more intense pace. Hunts are strictly regulated to protect the ecosystem, allowing only mature large solitary bears to be targeted while banning the hunting of pregnant or nursing females. The subtropical climate with wet summers and mild winters makes tracking bears across slippery terrain even more challenging. Every hunt is a story of skill, responsibility, and deep respect for the wild. Florida's bear hunting season, running from mid-October to late November, truly tests hunters as they navigate dense forests and wetlands with patience and skill. Equipped with waterproof gear, they stay dry and prepared to tackle the swamps. After each hunt, the work continues. Hunters carefully collect every usable part of the animal, showing respect for Florida's fragile ecosystem and honoring the life taken. Thanks for watching the video all the way through. Please support our channel by liking and subscribing. Goodbye and see you in the next video. Savage, powerful, and unyielding wild boars are fierce creatures, armed with razor-sharp tusks and immense strength capable of wrecking crops in mere moments. Their aggression is matched only by their cunning as they slink through tight spaces, poised to charge when threatened, sending waves of fear through farmers. We cannot let them destroy anymore. It's time for us, the hunters, to step up. How do we bring down these beasts? Share your thoughts below and join the hunt in this exciting challenge. In the crisp winter morning, we ventured into the chill, making our way toward the foothills in our reliable vehicle. This time, our loyal hunting dogs were with us, expertly trained to track and pursue wild boars concealed in the misty, rough landscape. Upon arrival, we quickly made our way to our designated hunting location. Just 5 minutes later, the sharp, urgent barking of the dogs cut through the icy air. Without hesitation, we pressed forward toward the sound. As we reached our location, a colossal wild boar erupted from the snow-covered underbrush, desperately attempting to outrun the relentless pack of dogs chasing it down. The moment it crashed through the brittle branches, I didn't hesitate and squeezed the trigger. The boar fell instantly to the frozen earth, no chance of escape. 15 minutes passed in the haunting stillness of winter. Then the dogs' barking pierced the silence again, coming from deep within the misty forest. They had surely picked up the scent of another boar. The sound grew nearer. I quickly focused, zeroing in on the target. There it was, charging from the dense thicket. I aligned my rifle with its movement and fired. With a thunderous shot, the boar crumpled onto the dry leaves, lifeless. After the precise shot, we carefully ascended the icy, treacherous slope. Once again, the dogs' barking echoed from the brush below. We moved with caution, surveying the area. Suddenly, a wild boar came charging straight up the hill, its breath visible in the frigid air. Without a second thought, I fired. The shot was perfect, and the boar collapsed motionless on the thin snow, unable to escape. Down at the base of the hill, our blocking team was already in position. They closed in on a boar trying to take refuge in the thicket. With pressure mounting, the boar burst from the brush. Lucas raised his rifle, took aim, and with a single shot brought it down instantly, the wind biting at his face. Before long, we spotted the next target, a wild boar driven from its hiding spot among the barren trees by the relentless hounds. I quickly tracked its movement through the fog, focused my aim, and fired. The gunshot reverberated across the icy valley. The boar crumpled lifeless on the frozen earth. A teammate signaled that one had slipped away, so we used our phones to track its direction. Then the dogs' barking echoed once more from the nearby forest. The boar was on the move. I raised my rifle, carefully aimed through the mist, and squeezed the trigger. As we made our way down the mountain, my hunting dog suddenly barked sharply in the biting cold. It had clearly spotted a wild boar nearby. After a brief chase across the snowy terrain, the boar erupted from its hiding spot, unaware of the ambush that awaited. With one well-placed shot, it fell motionless on the icy slope. Once again, we swiftly eliminated the threat to the farmers in the harsh winter conditions. At my uncle's ranch in Texas, a herd of wild boars had caused significant damage. Even as a seasoned hunter, the sheer numbers and audacity of the boars were too much for him to handle alone. With no other option, he called for our hunting team to assist. After finalizing the strategy, we initiated the hunt from the skies above the ranch. To attract the boars, we dropped bags of feed from the plain, scattering them across the land. The scent quickly drew the boars from the brush, and they emerged eagerly scurrying to scavenge every last bit of food. As they relaxed, Maris, positioned in the gunner's seat of the helicopter, smoothly locked onto the target through the scope and took the shot. With remarkable precision and confidence, the boar went down. Meanwhile, my friend Inda and I, flying in a different aircraft, spotted a few hogs in the field below. I adjusted my rifle's angle, aimed, and fired. The bullet hit the boar and it let out a sharp squeal before collapsing in panic. It wasn't a monumental win, but the excitement was unbeatable and left me buzzing with energy. With the advantage of height, we split up to cover more ground, increasing our odds. Each shooter remained sharp, taking careful aim and making quick, decisive shots. Our goal was to take out as many boars as possible before nightfall. The following afternoon, we resumed hunting over the ranch. As soon as we took off, we spotted a large group of mature wild boars under the tree canopy, cautiously watching above. I quickly lined up a shot and fired. One shot and the boar dropped immediately. We flew toward another designated bait site. The hogs, still oblivious to our presence, were lured by their own insatiable hunger. From a perfect altitude, I steadied my rifle and waited for the right moment. One squeeze of the trigger, a sharp crack, and the boar went down instantly. We continued to drop bait and observe as the sun dipped lower in the sky. True to form, the greedy hogs couldn't ignore the smell of food. Wherever they emerged, I gave the signal for the pilot to dip low, scanning the ground from above. When I had one in my sights, I took the shot. A single precise hit and the boar crumpled where it stood. In the harsh terrain filled with endless hiding spots, we were lucky to have thermal imaging gear mounted on the aircraft. Once everything was in place, I gave the signal for the pilot to climb along the mountainside. Within minutes, the thermal screen lit up with a large wild boar. Everything went off without a hitch. From the gunner's seat, I locked onto the target and fired. Direct hit. The boar dropped immediately. Less than 5 minutes later, the system picked up another one beneath the forest canopy. It was a chance I couldn't pass up. I quickly brought up my rifle, took aim, and squeezed the trigger. A few hundred meters above the ground, a ping from the thermal imaging system put me on a high alert. It had been a long time since I'd come across a herd of wild boars this big. With my rifle at the ready, I opened fire, sending a burst of rounds flying. At close range, 2 hogs dropped into a patch of mud, their final squeals echoing. As we pushed deeper into the forest, the trees grew thicker, making it tougher to spot and take a clean shot. Thankfully, the thermal gear gave us the edge we needed, making the job much easier. The device quickly locked onto the hog's hiding place and sent back a clear signal. Once we had the data, our team shifted formation rifles, raised and ready. The hunt reached its peak, then a single shot broke the silence. Incredible. My buddy Morgan nailed a perfect shot, dropping the boar instantly. Just look at the trophy, a massive beast tipping the scales at nearly 200 kilograms. Nature never fails to amaze, offering up its surprises. And today, the wild boars caught in our sights were the prize we came for. Driven to scatter by the relentless chase from above, the herd of boars broke apart. I seized the opportunity without hesitation, locked onto one from the gunner's seat and pulled the trigger. My heart raced with pride and adrenaline as I watched the boar collapse in the open field. Moments later, our thermal scanner picked up another target. We moved in low, watching every movement carefully. This time it was Elmer's turn. Once the boar entered his sights, he took the shot. A clean lethal hit another boar down in the field. Do wild boars roam where you live? If so, drop a 2 in the comments. If not, leave a 5. And how have you handled them? Share your stories below. From his aircraft, Eric quickly spotted a herd of wild boars making their way across the hillside. Without missing a beat, he raised his rifle, waited for the perfect moment as one stepped into the open and took the shot. Direct hit. The boar dropped in the field while the rest scattered in a frenzy. Still, we had the prize we were after. Meanwhile, at a different altitude, Hank caught sight of a boar pushing through thick brush. He didn't hesitate. One clean shot and it dropped instantly, tumbling into the surrounding greenery. In hilly terrain like this, wild boars often stick to overgrown trails for foraging and movement. By reading the wind and choosing the right spot to drop bait, the odds of landing a clean shot from the air increase significantly. Alongside the aerial shooters, a ground support team also monitors the hog's movements. Travis received a thermal alert an injured boar was trying to take cover in the brush. Wasting no time, he signaled the pilot to fly in low. Too weak to run, the boar stood no chance. Travis took aim and ended it with one precise shot. During aerial hunts, we often move away from the main zone early and set up ambushes in nearby areas. I was stationed in a patrol aircraft near the mountain base, watching over a narrow trail wedged between a low valley and a steep incline, a known hotspot for boar activity. Sure enough, it didn't take long before the thermal screen lit up with a dark figure on the move. I acted fast, adjusted my aim, and squeezed the trigger. A clean, precise shot. The boar dropped in the open, thrashing for a moment before falling still. Wild boars are becoming more cunning and aggressive. They've lost their fear of humans. Some even wander into fields near neighborhoods at night in search of food. These hunts aren't about collecting trophies. They're about keeping things from getting out of hand. Today's trip to Texas is no exception. We're entering a new pursuit, one where skill-sharp focus and steady determination will make all the difference. Using our usual hunting strategy, we split into two teams. The scouting crew moved ahead with the dogs tracking signs, spotting targets, and relaying locations. Meanwhile, the other team set up an ambush ready to fire as soon as the prey showed up. About 15 minutes later, the ambush team got a signal and quickly took their positions. A small wild boar suddenly burst from the thick brush. Travis, positioned at the choke point, had his rifle ready for the shot. Then a single gunshot echoed through the trees. To our surprise, the boar dropped instantly with no chance to fight back. To widen the ambush area, we spread out and took positions at various spots. I picked a high hunting blind with a clear, unobstructed view of the calm forest below. Suddenly, another wild boar appeared. It was moving quickly, but I predicted its route and aimed ahead to intercept. With steady focus, I squeezed the trigger. The sharp, swift crack of the shot rang out, dropping the animal within seconds. Earlier, our team scouted the area and pinpointed a trail frequently used by wild boars. We set up a fixed ambush and waited patiently. While wild boars don't have the sharp eyesight of deer, they're highly sensitive to movement. Staying completely still was essential. Sure enough, when the boar was only about 6 meters away, it suddenly sensed something was wrong, but it was too late. Without hesitation, Travis fired a clean shot at close range. The boar dropped onto the dry leaves and quickly went still.
Tamam.
After the morning ambush, the forest grew eerily quiet. Since we couldn't keep the stakeout going, we moved deeper into the thick brush prime hiding ground for wild boars. Suddenly, a loud rustling came from the bushes to my right. Instinct took over. I raised my rifle, aimed, and fired. Just 2 seconds to react, but enough to bring down the target right in its own turf. That moment of victory was unlike any other. The scouting team spotted another boar, and our group quickly closed in on the ambush site, spreading out to block every possible escape route. With a well-coordinated circle, the boars stood little chance of getting away. Within just 15 minutes, several were successfully taken down. As the day wound down, the pressure didn't let up, it only grew stronger. Travis suddenly spotted a herd of wild boars quietly moving through thick trees. One broke away from the group, darting across a trail, unaware it had entered the kill zone. I didn't hesitate. From the edge of the path, I pulled the trigger. The shot ended its life instantly, wrapping up a long, intense day of hunting in the rugged Texas panhandle. Whenever wild boars show up, our family's vibrant green fields turn into a barren wasteland. Months of hard work and care vanish in an instant. It's not just us, the entire village faces crop losses because of these aggressive, increasingly clever animals. So when I heard about a local hunt being organized, I couldn't stay on the sidelines. I had to join in. That afternoon, our hunting team gathered at the mountain's base. Everyone was eager and ready for action. As we moved through a field of tall grass toward the ridge, I suddenly noticed something unusual, a familiar pungent smell and faint rustling in the distance. My instincts kicked in. I raised my rifle, and just as I suspected, a wild boar appeared from afar. I didn't hesitate and pulled the trigger. Bullseye. The shot was clean, swift, and lethal. The boar collapsed within seconds. Ahead of me, Devlin suddenly froze. His eyes went wide. He'd spotted something unusual. There it was, a dark shape charging straight at him with terrifying speed, fearless. Devlin didn't hesitate. He pulled the trigger without mercy. A burst of bullets dropped the boar instantly. It took us about 10 minutes to reach the ridge. Once there, my teammates quickly locked onto the boar's movement patterns. I took my position steady and ready, waiting for the perfect moment. Then a boar burst out and I fired immediately. After a few shots, it staggered and collapsed to the ground. As we moved deeper into the forest, the air thickened with tension and anticipation. I stood perfectly still, holding my breath, watching every movement in the dense surroundings. Suddenly, a shadow darted out from the trees to my right. Dawson fired. The boar hit the ground hard, its final breath echoing like the end of a fated chase.
Allah.
Before I could catch my breath, Lucas gave the signal. After scouting the terrain ahead, I moved quickly to a narrow forest path, rifle ready. With wild boars, any bush along the trail could hide an ambush, so I stayed sharp. Just seconds later, a boar charged out from the brush. Without hesitation, I reacted on instinct, raised my rifle, aimed fast, and pulled the trigger. The boar dropped instantly, a solid comeback after the frustration of a missed shot earlier. At the same time, less than 400 meters away, Lucas came face to face with another boar. When danger hits, wild boars don't plan their escape, they just charge forward until they break free. Lucas knew this. He waited at the edge of a path leading into the forest. As the boar rushed through, a sudden gunshot cracked. A perfect shot ended its desperate run. A long day wrapped up with plenty of trophies and unforgettable heart-pounding moments. The boars will be back, but today victory was ours. Thanks for watching this video all the way through. Please support our channel by liking and subscribing. Goodbye and see you in the next video.
Gelsinler var gelsinler.
The pronghorn antelope, capable of reaching speeds up to 55 miles per hour, is the second fastest land animal in the world, trailing only the cheetah. What really makes it stand out, though, is its ability to maintain those high speeds over long distances, leaving its competitors far behind. This unique trait makes the pronghorn a fascinating subject for biologists and wildlife enthusiasts alike. Join us today as we uncover the secrets behind the pronghorn antelope's incredible speed, unique features, and exciting chases across the United States. Don't forget to drop a comment with the number 1 to start this adventure now. The pronghorn antelope's remarkable physical features are key to its incredible speed. A wide trachea paired with a heart and lungs that work like a finely tuned engine maximizes oxygen intake and circulation, giving it impressive endurance during high-speed pursuits. Its hooves are a marvel. 2 long cushioned pointed toes absorb shock and improve grip, letting the pronghorn glide smoothly while staying balanced on rough terrain. Yet it's precisely this speed and agility that make hunting the pronghorn antelope a formidable challenge. Their lightning-fast bursts paired with sudden unpredictable turns make them nearly impossible to catch. Before setting out on a pronghorn antelope hunt, hunters must fulfill key requirements to ensure the trip is both legal and ethical. A hunting license is essential, proving you've met all legal criteria. Additionally, knowing the specific regulations for each state is vital, as rules can vary widely depending on the region. Regulations govern hunting seasons, bag limits, and approved hunting methods. Following these rules closely shows responsible hunting and helps protect pronghorn antelope populations, supporting their long-term sustainability. Selecting the right weapon is crucial for a successful pronghorn antelope hunt. Rifles such as the Remington Model 700 and Winchester Model 70 are popular among hunters for their precision and reliability. When equipped with quality scopes, these rifles become perfect for the long-range shots often needed when tracking this species. The pairing of a powerful rifle and a high magnification scope allows hunters to precisely target pronghorns from 200 to 300 yards, or even farther, ensuring a clean, humane shot. Hunting pronghorn antelope is a real test of skill, requiring finesse, patience, and sharp focus from the hunter. Hunting pronghorn antelope in wide-open terrain is always a tough challenge, mainly because of the unique landscape they roam. Unlike animals that hide in thick forests or rocky mountains, pronghorns rule the vast plains and grasslands. Have you ever dealt with the challenges of hunting in open areas or sudden weather shifts? If yes, drop a comment with the number 1, if not, type 5. Unpredictable weather is another big challenge that can throw off an entire hunt. The open plains where pronghorn antelope live are often hit by strong winds or sudden storms, making hunting even tougher. Today, the pronghorn population in the U.S. is estimated to be around 1.1 million. This remarkable species thrives across various habitats, especially in states like Wyoming and Montana. Pronghorns adapt exceptionally well to dry grasslands and semi-desert areas, continuing to thrive even in tough conditions. Thanks to controlled hunting programs, the pronghorn antelope population has stayed stable, helping maintain a balanced ecosystem. Do you think there are better solutions? If so, share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting content, and be sure to share this video with friends so you can explore together.